This got weird. With the Brightwing, with the double support, with the Zul'jin. It's a mix-up. It's a mix-up. We got that. We got what we wanted out of Team 8, but for Tempo.
I think I've seen them do this before, and it's just enabling Vala to be as ham as she wants to be with damage. But I think before I saw it with Ariel.
Okay.
Like Ariel Brightwing, not necessarily Malfurion Brightwing. So I'm interested to see how it's going to work out for them. Meanwhile, again, Lieutenant Morales' Zul'jin is back for a fourth time on Brax's holdout. But with Dehaka, too, up at the top, good solo lane hero. And Leoric Dehaka will be the solo lane matchup. Yeah, and
it should be in favor of Dehaka. The wave clear is pretty even, but the W from Leoric, you just burrow, drop it, come back. It should be fine. So I just can't. The 4-man for Team 8 is definitely going to struggle with the Zul'jin, but Tempo has a double support. So it's a little difficult to judge. I can't help but feel like Zul'jin's damage is going to be negligible just into, it's low to begin with, into a double support, it's going to struggle. But Tempo Storm, it's not like they're going to have too much threat either. I've not seen a game like this. I don't even know where to go in terms of suggestion. I do think both 4-mans are struggling, and Dehaka should win in the long run, and so that makes me feel a little bit in favor of Team 8, but Tempo Storm also loves Brax's holdout, so it's a... And
they know how to play versus TAS. But Team 8 are undefeated on TAS now 4-0. We'll see if they have found what they need with this TAS Zul'jin Morales composition to tie up the series.
Double support, double warrior. Here we are at the top of HGC in North America. And this is going to be, oh man, it's going to be a doozy. We've got a little bit of this, and we've got a lot of bit of that. Is there anything else you're worried about looking at this? I mean, the bottom lane, unkillable, can't kill anything on the side of Team 8. The opposite side, unkillable, can kill something on the side of Tempo Storm. Top lane, Dehaka should slightly pull ahead in team fights.
That's also a 1v1 Psalm feels a lot of comfort on, specifically with Leoric. He builds with block, fealty unto death. It's a different style of build. You don't get hardened bones, but it's a lot more focused on winning the 1v1 pretty consistently.
We see you want Axe as the level 1 here for Zul'jin. Scouting drone was the option here for Buds on the Morales. Is that going to be Stim? Is it a Stim?
I'm wondering. That's actually why I was like looking at, again, and I wrote down Stim drone just in case, because I am wondering if that'll be the approach, if Buds feels confident in positioning, but Buds has in general, like we saw with the percent time dead, been one that has been able to be jumped on position-wise. So if he's going to go for Stim drone, not having not only not having a medevac dropship, but also not having trauma trigger at level 1 now to get scouting drone, his positioning has to be on point this whole game.
Yeah, he's very much has to be on point as you put it out. And then the double support we're facing into here on the side of Tempo Storm. Moonburn was a choice. Brightwing sticking with the Z talent at level 1. So we'll let you guys know if anything weird happens there. There goes a combo though. The kill potential I was talking about there is going to be deep shift out from Yoda. But the reason Tempo Storm has kill potential because they have CC. It is the only reason they have kill potential. Even though, yes, they do have the double support, it turns out when your opponent's standing still for a long time, it's very easy to be able to confirm that. Whereas Team 8 only has Warbringer.
Yeah.
And that's not even
level 4.
Yeah, it's only a 4. So we'll see how it works out. But the trade here is going to be real. June laying down the roots. And for now, things are pretty close to even.
Yeah, for those of you guys who are playing your matches at home, if you're trying to figure out if you should fight early on at level 1, look at how much crowd control you have versus them, and then damage on top of that too, who has a good damage spike at level 1, like something like a Jaina. There he is, 2-1 on Brax's holdout so far.
We witnessed it earlier today.
We're gonna make it a 3-1.
Here we go. I'm skeptical, but there's also a double support on the other side. So you know what? Let's figure it out. Cattle here, getting the harass, going out on to Justin. Justin's proceeding to spam the W as much as he can. Root comes into play. Polymorph not going to be used here. And in the top, though, Dehaka's done pretty well in the long run. Leoric has been able to obtain that shrine for now. See how long that lasts, 26. We see the zoning attempt here from Fury saying, hey, you know, this is not going to be us. Prismat eating a bit of harass, but always wants to be dangled around that mid HP. That's another thing to talk about with Zul'jin.
Teammate needs a beacon. One of these beacons. Fury's just sitting on point. Justin doing what he can to dive on. Fury's even going to go past further. Justin body block him. This might be the first kill. That is a little bit of an overextension that Team 8 will punish gladly. However, probably worth, yeah?
Yeah, that was definitely a calculated play. Now Glorong actually with burning his burrow, that is a huge trade there for Psalm, being able to force him on his way back. Yeah, it's the first double support there for Tempo. So one thing we got to talk about, we've seen the Zul'jin, we've seen the Morales, but we've never seen that dangle at that 50% HP, almost ever. It has always been, how can we keep, you know, Zul'jin at the maximum amount of HP rather than trying to min-max the value of survivability with attack speed. We'll see if Buds adjusts that as the game goes on, but for now, everybody just spams him to the top of his HP.
Especially that they have Tassadar, who is leeching plasma too. They can play around with this a little bit and allow Zul'jin Prismaticism to do even more. The Tempo Storm has chosen to just split push away from their Zerg, and that's starting to put a lot of damage onto the fort. Rotations not coming in very fast. Looks like Team 8 just want to try to trade out, but they're way behind. Yeah,
they're so far behind that this is going to cost them quite a bit here. We already see Cawthon teleporting to minimize the losses on the side of Tempo Storm. There we do see they've only managed to be able to pick up a turret. If Tempo Storm is concerned at all, they will very comfortably make that rotation to top, which in fact you see them doing right now. And they're going to stop everything in the tracks here. Psalm, I expect to make the transition towards bottom. They're even getting the camp on the way up.
It's a little pit stop.
There's, thank you for your commitment to the top lane. We are going to get as much as we can out of this scenario, and we'll see you guys back when you catch up to 7 towns here.
I wonder what the builds will be like as we get further on for Tempo Storm. If I feel like Brightwings is pretty standard, won't see any too much deviation there, but I'm wondering if we're gonna get some sort of Boomkin Moonfire build for June.
Ooh, I would like that. I see where you're going with that. I can dig it. You know, it would help provide a little bit of poke and harass. At the same time, into Dahaka, Warbringer, maybe Icebox going to be the choice there at 13.
That's true.
And then if you take the 13 away, then does the 16 really gain that much value? Probably not. I don't know. It's a good question. They do have the double support, so, you know, it's really going to be their choice. They also, like, are they going to Emerald Wind over the Blink Heal? It's, again, it's going to be an opportunity that they could try and use to get that disengage if Stim Drone comes out and all things are not looking good for a moment. I don't really know. It's been a very, very long time since double support was anywhere near to a thing, let alone a Brightwing and Malfurion in a double support.
True double support, if you will, versus a support plus Task Tyrande.
Yeah, sorry. I don't really count those in my head. Task Tyrande almost always are in double, so a true double is very rare. Not since the release of Sky Temple was double true support a meta strategy.
Beacons coming online, Justin diving onto the point, and the rest of Team 8 soon to follow. Team 8 do not want to make the same issue for themselves that they did last time of not being able to get either of the beacons, and it starts with getting onto a point and claiming one instead of trying to bully Fury off of one because of that double support.
And there's going to be Team 8 transitioning now towards bottom. I'm trying to do, you know, I'm trying to figure out this in my head because, again, these compositions are so unique. Where is the what does Team 8 need to be able to do other than just getting, you know, not out Tempo Stormed around the map the way the Tempo Storm likes to do? And I don't know. It's got to be post 10 looking for those creative engagements. The wave clear's not looking too good for now. They're getting out rotated onto the map. Top board's going down at the cost of only a front wall again. Tempo Storm's second time they're going to be able to take that trade here on Brax's holdout. But Team 8's close in experience, so there's still a shot. Just outside of the top Wombo combo dream.
But the movements are coming in. Tempo Storm knows that they're almost to heroic abilities, and if Team 8 continues to pressure this bottom fort, if Tempo got heroic abilities, Psalm could grab them with an Entomb, and then everyone else rotate down from Tempo. So they've again been able to force Team 8 not only to leave the fort, but in the process, knowing that they've left, grab another mercenary camp. Tempo Storm's macro is impeccable this game.
Yeah, it was even in the last one as well. Tempo Storm definitely has put more focus into that than the skirmishing, where Team 8 seems to be struggling a little bit. A boss rotation is now a flank here, Entomb whiffing. Not going to be able to land on adjusting. Cawthon's going to teleport in. Dahaka will be able to take on the bottom. So Temple Storm using one heroic. If Team 8 manages to be able to pick up theirs, they might have an opportunity. Here's the burrow out. Gonna comfortably work out here for Glorong, and now again, ring around the shrines here.
Emerald Wind for Brightwing. Heroic ability is almost here for Team 8. They can pick them. Is it going to be Stim Drone or Medevac Dropship? Medevac Dropship. Bud's going for safety versus a stimmed Zul'jin TAS experience, I guess. Oh, and isolation too.
I promise you it would be an experience. That's a good way to put it. There's going to be the cleanse from June as the taunt goes out. Fury with the power slide. Not even going to mosh as a response there. Knowing his team's not going to be there, he will buy the time. 26% for the Zerg Rush. Taunt's going to be coming up in 2 seconds. Expect Justin to look for another aggro play. Psalm and Glorong are doing Dahaka Leoric things.
Yeah, they're fighting over a camp.
Yeah, you know.
Psalm wins.
That's what happens when top player. Oh, the taunt combo coming out once again onto Cawthon. He's going to be able to survive.
Fury, Force Wall, beautiful, Rate of Vengeance, buying time,
Wind.
Emerald Wind, won't matter. ETC gets taken out, but Twilight Dream from June is gigantic. It's going to take some time to heal up from that, but that's kind of where Prismaticism wanted to be.
And now Dahaka in the bottom lane with Leoric, they're just kind of trading out. The pressure is going to be real here, but... And, you know, until Team 8, they have a little bit of a moment to be able to capitalize on Temple Storm, the fact that they're down a man, but with the pressure Psalm has is forcing Dahaka's hand. You want Axe being completed is going to be a huge benefit there. The range is going to be good for Prismaticism. But overall, outside of just, you know, the threat of variance so far, there hasn't been too much to be gained. The Tomb is now going to land onto Prismaticism. I don't know if that's really a target you want, to be honest, Psalm. And Psalm is actually almost dead there purely off Prismaticism's harass.
Prismat's just like, okay, you want Axe? I give you Axe.
Oh, man, and there is going to be one more stun. Psalm is very low. There goes Fury with the power slide.
These Twin Cleaves, oh, nice taunt after that displacement grenade, and Emerald Wind comes in too late. Psalm will get taken down again.
These drafts, man, they have confused me so much. It's just with the double support pickup here. It hasn't put on much of a show. Varian's doing Varian things, getting taunts out whenever he can. That's confirming a couple of kills. Obviously, Zul'jin's doing a decent job of getting the follow-up damage. Dahaka's got a bit of his own as well.
I thought he'd be dead for sure because he only has isolation, not adaptation, but he stays alive. This time, Bud's who's stuck in Entomb, but again, has Medevac Dropship if he just wants to take a ride over to the other side. But in the back line, Fury has a 2-man mosh pit. Varian gets taken out. Glau burrows out of it, but Mount Furion will fall. It's a 1-for-1, but that's a support down. Taz Dingo comes out. And Fury will have to run away. A lot of the health bars getting pretty low for Tempo Storm. Yeah, both of them down. One member. No heroic available. Emerald Wind is going to be up here in 1 second. Psalm is on the retreat there from Prismaticism. And it looks like Team 8, in fact, is going to be able to pick up this map objective. And they've got a moment now. They have been convincingly winning these last 2 team fights. Yes, and that is a Zerg Rush where there is no fort. So they will start pushing into the top lane. 13 just about here. Mercenary Camp grab for Team 8 too, just to add a little salt to the wound of Tempo Storm losing that Zerg push. Dahaka staying bottom, but of course he could brush stock in if needed for a quick drag, help, anything his team might need. Yeah, and there is going to be Tempo Storm trying to be able to rid of this. 13 talents here is out of reach for now. The Force Wall, Psalm is going to say, you know, what are walls to a ghost? Walk right on through that puppy. Front wall is now going to be wailed at here for Team 8. They managed to get rid of the gate. There's going to be the taunt. Fury doesn't have the power slide. Oh my goodness, the Force Wall and the Entomb completely locking him out here. That is going to be Fury going down. 13 still not yet available. And Team 8, they're going to have their eyes on the cord, or excuse me, the keep now. Tempo Storm were like, close the door, Fury is lost, it's too bad. Hold the door. He's going to have to be... Maybe too soon. Maybe too soon. Keeps down for Team 8, and they could fly away. Yeah, here we are. And now we're back to the bottom lane. This fort is going to share a lot of the same treatment that keep did. It's just going to disappear in a couple of seconds here. I don't even feel like, because I'm mainly looking at the Zul'jin. You know, we've seen him. This is the 4th time he managed to get a win. But he himself didn't seem like insane. He just did a little bit of damage whenever needed and people were out of position. We'll get back to that in a moment. Their Psalm is going to hit. The mosh pit. There's 3 members in. A beautiful taunt. Oh, the taunt, so good. Stops Fury from running in to get the mosh pit he would have dreamed of getting. That was a play.
That very much was. Good peel there coming out from Justing. And now the fort going down. 16 talents here, far closer to the reach of teammate, whereas Tempo Storm just recently picked up their 13s. They have no keep on top. Leoric's going to be able to come back. Entomb's not up, though. We'll see what they try and make happen here. Glong's the focus for now. He's going to get the burrow. Justin goes in. There is going to be the stun. Taunts up. It's going to be dropped. And once again, oh, the power slide right on out. Psalm does have Wraith Walk. Doesn't matter. He is going to be going down here. So it really just is, what frontliner do you want to die? And teammate will make that happen. That is the name of the game so far.
Yeah, teammate's focus fire has been amazing to make sure that they can get the kill on that person.
To be fair,
what's up?
It's a double warrior, double support composition. There's not enough damage output in the world of Vala to even threaten almost any of the health bars on the side of teammate yet.
Yeah, I mean, Brightwing has just been Emerald winning people away.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but it also doesn't generally save the person.
You're welcome to Emerald Wind. The worst part is, when you Emerald Wind to save somebody else, you die yourself unless you instantly Z. That's a beautiful mechanic. It's the struggle of, I'm trying to look at this. Zul'jin is getting a lot of value. He's been able to do a lot of damage, yes, but I'm trying to figure out, is Zul'jin actually that value? Or is this just a double warrior, double support? And it feels
the
more...
The Plight of Dread.
It feels...
the Plight of Dread in HGC North America. Another kill for teammate.
It just feels like Tempo Storm doesn't have any resources to kill anything. Even, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, even when they manage to do damage, it's on to Prismaticism, and he's like, I'm going to take this damage slowly. I'm going to get a max value Taz Dingo. I'm going to give you the axe. And you're dead now. That was fun. All right, so who's next on this list? Okay, the whole team's retreated. There was an Emerald Wind. Doesn't matter. We're pulling ahead.
I think the core is the next target on the list.
That might be the case here. Looking at the damage, though, you saw Zul'jin sitting very high over the rest of his team.
And teammate are, again, committed to taking out whoever gets picked. They have elongated tongue. Justing, charges all the way around! The roots catch him! Now he's gonna run back. There is an Entomb on the back. Leoric, though, gets taken out again, dying for his Entomb. Turnaround from Justing, he's stayed alive. Fury all but dead. Finally goes down. A second kill on the Warriors, and teammate are looking at the core.
Yeah, and with no heroics available outside of Twilight Dream or Mosh Pit, with ETC being dead, I don't think they can even stop, even if this was just Zul'jin at this point. But with the boss, the Zerg Rush moving in as well, it looks like we are, in fact, going to have a tied series here. Leoric's coming back to the dead right as his core is going to go down. You've got to drop that, you know, what do we even call that? Medevac at the very end. Like, what? It's not a Manor Mule. Is it a
Manorvac?
Is it a Manorvac?
It's a Manorvac.
It's a Manorvac. Well, we dropped the Manorvac there. Teammate's going to be 1-1.
Teammate ties up the series here in the Heroes Global Championship. We're headed to commercial. When we come back, we'll have game number 3. See you then.
What do we have here? Let's get this promo to a start.